The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Yo, world, what up? What it do? Hey, what's up, man? Y'all know we back for another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Excited to be with you guys on tonight. Y'all know how it go down, man. Y'all welcome my brother from another mother. My left, your right. Give it up for Alxndr Hall.
Yo,
Hey.
what is going on? How y'all doing? What's going on, man?
What it do? Shake a leg.
Blessed.
I'm chilling.
Yes, sir. And also to my right, your left.
Big
Y'all
bag.
You know what it
Know
is.
what it is. Yeah, y'all man, give it up for my brother from the same mother,
You know
man.
what it
Boy
is.
Wonda.
He's
Stupid. Hey, he got
You know
no
what it
sense.
is.
He's so stupid, man.
It's going down.
He's stupid.
It's going down. Get you some popcorn.
What you stupid?
Stupid, man.
What's going on,
He
y'all?
can't take
You
that
already
guy
know what it
nowhere.
is, man.
I'm
cool.
Man, we got to go back to Atlanta, man.
Oh, we going.
We got to go back to Atlanta, man.
We going.
I'm going this time, dog.
We got to go back to Atlanta.
I'm going this time.
That just hit my shine.
got to.
That just hit my shine.
Bro, Atlanta hit different. It's just something about Atlanta when you get in that atmosphere, bro. It's just like you feel like you got to do something.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, it hit different with the A, bro. And it's been like that for me for like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hadn't been there in a while.
It's
Wow. It's been a minute since I've been in Atlanta.
bruh, it's
time. Yeah.
Bro, one time I went to the A, I didn't want to come back.
for real.
I almost got fired.
Bro, you be
I almost got fired from my job, bro. I was in come back,
How you
boy.
get fired on your day off?
They said, you supposed to be here today. I said, really? I almost got fired, bro. I said, come on, bro. Today we got to leave today.
I must have read the schedule wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up. I almost said come back.
be like, man, hit him with the what? Never mind.
I almost didn't come back. They was like, man, you can stay up here. We can go up. You can be strapped like, no.
Yeah, I had a Sister Kylo, her son. I think it was her son. Anyway, it was a while ago, and me and Mom, we was at her house, and I had just got off work, and so I had my slacks and my button up on, so. And we was there. They introduced me, and so we was talking. And so he was like, man, you need to come down to Atlanta, man. He said, man, you would do good down there, man. Like your aura, like your you carry yourself well, you look well dressed, and I was like, man, I might have should have took that trip.
Yeah.
I thought about it for a minute. I was like, man, maybe I should have took that trip.
Shout out to Atlanta.
Yeah, it is. God know what He's doing. So
Facts. Like,
Yeah.
bro, it's no cap. There's always something to do. There's always something you can present, and like,
yeah.
it's just different, bro. It's the business is savvy.
Yeah.
It's savvy.
And actually, ET does quite a few events down there in the churches down there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you probably can catch him a couple times out the year now.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. But I know, I just thought about it. I know they was, I know them guys' schedule be crazy though, because I thought it was supposed to be like a year, that men's conference. They said it was going to be a yearly thing. So, but I haven't heard anything else on it.
I think it was at a later date though.
Yeah.
Because there was one I
Oh,
felt
good.
like I seen a promo for,
Yeah.
but I know I wasn't gonna be able to make it.
No. Oh, okay. Maybe I just missed it then.
Cause dog, who was
I said, bro, we had a good time, dog. We had a good time.
it's different too, bro. Like, man, the whole atmosphere, the energy of the room. It was
But I tell you what, though,
So
next time we
much.
go, though, dog, I know followed a whole lot of restaurants from Instagram.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
So I be like, yeah,
Whole
next time
lot.
I go back, we gotta hit that spot right
yeah,
now.
the A got the food, bro. Like
Yeah, we gotta hit that
every
spot.
time I go to a state, I be like, "What a food at, bro?"
Right.
Like I be want to eat
Right,
for real. I want to eat, bro.
right.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
food be
yeah.
busting.
I be watching them videos that come across my screen and be like, ooh, what that at? Let me check that out. Oh, you in the A? Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and put a ring on. Let me make sure we hit that spot when it's time we go. Cause I told him, I said, man, when we go, he said cause he's been, I had never been, but I said, man, when we get up there, bro, I said, man, I don't care where we go. I said, but I gotta hit Papa Do's before we leave.
Who?
Papa
Papa
Do's.
Dough.
Who was that?
It's a restaurant.
It's a good one.
I ain't been there before.
Me either till we went. 'Cause
It
I
was
just
good.
heard so many good stuff about it.
What you had when you went there?
What did I eat? I ate light because we was getting on the
Yeah.
road when we got there. So I told him next time we come back, nah, we go.
Yeah.
What
And
did I eat? I think I ate.
I felt like it was something on the jambalaya or something.
It wasn't
Was
that.
it something similar to that, or
It was something light though. I remember that cheesecake though. That cheesecake was fire.
Yeah.
I normally don't get dessert when I go to a restaurant. I just don't. Most of the time, I'm full or I'm just not interested, or both. And the waitress talked about the cheesecake, and then this joker right here started talking about the cheesecake, having piqued my curiosity. It's like, man, let me go and bring. I said, man, go and bring me a piece of that cheesecake, bro. I ain't even lie. That probably like some of the best cheesecake I done ate. I ate cheesecake was good. That cheesecake was good.
Ayo said.
That
Ayo
cheesecake was
said.
good, dog.
Ayo said. It hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
kind of
foodie.
they did. Yeah, it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's nice.
I
So
like to
told
eat,
them,
bro.
My first time eating there was when I went to Dallas. That's how I knew about it. When you said Papa Dough, I was like, oh yeah, you gonna love it.
yeah. I said, man, God, they hit it. All my people that I know, friends, people I
You
grew up
gonna
with
love
that
it.
moved to Atlanta, putting it on their Instagram, then looking at the reviews, and everybody was like, I said, man, I got to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the menu, I'm like,
So much
man,
to
we
choose
got to get
from,
on
man.
the road, man. They ain't trying to eat here, man, trying to get on the road. But I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that time we come back up here, we got to make sure it ain't the day we leaving out.
That's
So I'm going to
that.
try all that.
That's
right
that
now.
meal you take to the hotel room when you first get there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm
Take a
going to try
shower.
all that right now.
Take a
Exactly.
shower.
And you just go in.
Hey, yo.
That's it.
You
Yeah,
can go
it
to
was
sleep.
good.
For real.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Experience of your life.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah, so it was,
It's really good.
yeah.
That was my second time when we went. That's my second time going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just
So I went too far behind you then.
Nah. Well, because it's really you don't see a lot of Papa Do's everywhere like that. Because I guess because of how the franchise is. So I'm assuming like with Dallas and Atlanta. So I don't know where else it will be. Because I know I haven't seen none down here in Florida. And so it's one of those.
Yeah. It's a I would have to live on the outskirts if I ever moved up that way because I don't like all the traffic and stuff.
You talking about on the inside of Atlanta?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I can't live on the inside because I like the. I gotta
Let me
have.
come in and come out.
The outskirts is always better because you
Oh,
got
yeah.
Jonesboro, you got
You got Gwinnett County.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then College Park. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like outside a little bit. So
Yeah. I like the vibe, but I can't stay in there. Let me
Yeah.
come in.
I'll go further north, like up there by Six Flags and
yeah,
Lawrenceville area. Yeah, up there. I like up there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's been going on with y'all, man?
Oh
Anything
man,
new this week? Need some milk.
Got a show this upcoming week. Got a show up this coming week, Friday. Private graduation party. And then
okay.
Then
Is this you or the crew?
just me.
Oh, okay.
And then also Curtis Bateman's comedy special. So I'll be hosting on the red carpet with that. So he's premiering his special at one of the movie theaters at the mall on the 25th. So it's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
He's premiering it there one night only. So that's what I got on the plate for as far as this week. Rick's new single, Say That, featuring Pastor Tim, Moses, and Uncle Reese. That's dropping July 15th. Okay. So the pre-orders for that, you can pre-save July 1st. So
that's cool.
Yeah, just been moving, man. We've been working, head down to the plow. So
10 toes deep.
10 toes. I said I'm 10 toes down.
That's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Anything y'all got new?
Yeah, I got the video is being chopped up right now for clarity. So clarity will be out soon. It's no date yet because we had to rebuy some software.
Right.
So Diamond was like, bro, I'm not going to finish editing the video because it's too much work. He said, so when we get the new software, which should be we're going to get it this week, I'm going to just take it and drop it and then finish it up. So because the software we got, it was taking away the bit resolution from the footage.
That's
So
crazy.
so he was like, bro, no. Okay, I went over there. I was in the studio. I was in the studio Tuesday, so I'm in the studio, and then we chopping the video up. He was like, bro, it don't look the same. And then I said, really? He said, he turned the light on. He said, bro, look. He said, he said it's pulling quality, and I don't like it. Diamond is big on quality. If quality, he'll jump off the roof for quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, bro, he said, I got to figure out why he's doing that. So he figured out why. So we copying the software this week, and we're just going to drag and drop it. And if we can't drag and drop it, then we're going to just, the files from the camera, we're going to put them straight in there and just re-chop everything over again. So he was like, I don't want to do no more work when I'm about to he said, if I have to re-chop it, I'm going to stop chopping this one and save my, so I can just do it there.
Yeah.
So clarity video was coming soon. No date yet until we get all of the promos and stuff chopped. Get all that stuff ready to go.
Yeah.
And then I'm dropping 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dropping.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm dropping 2 at one time. So it's not that.
Oh, you playing, man.
It's not that. It's not that. That's in the works.
Hey, Diamond, man, help me out, bro.
I'm gonna give you a call, Diamond. We gonna.
Hey, man.
It's in the works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Lions Dance in the works.
Trying to hit that Lions Den, dog. Hey.
It's in the works.
That line dance.
I might drop Lions Den and Hit Different together. I'm dropping 2s together for a little while because I want to get some
traction.
I guess I want I
Bring
want
more awareness.
Yeah, and just get out the stuff that I've been sitting on, just to get it out. Because when I start coming with new stuff, it's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it already. I can feel it already.
Well, yeah, you always been like that. Your mind shifts real quick.
Yeah. So, but instead of me just going there, let me get it out. You know, I'm not starting nothing over there until you know what I'm saying. So that's
don't look that way.
Yeah, I'm not looking over there. Just
Don't look over there.
Diamond Light, you'll just stay right here.
Hey, what you looking at?
Like Will Smith on hits. No.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, that's
right
me.
here.
Yeah, I'm all like, no. That's me. So I got that. Diamond be like, what you? Nah, just check. So, but shout to Diamond, man. Shout to my boy Diamond. But so I got that going and that going, and the video was that thing. It's quality. That's all I'm saying. And then
see it, big dog.
It's quality. And then other than that, my personal stuff, I'm just locking in my finances, bro. Like I'm really locking in. Like really, to be honest with you, I'm claiming, I'm taking responsibility for my financial stability. I'm really taking responsibility for it. I'm really claiming the baggage that come with it. Like I'm really like, okay, this need to be better. This need to be better. There's no way you can do this over here in 3 years with this type of wages right now. You have to make an adjustment. There's no way around it. So I'm claiming those things and making adjustments. And some of the stuff, cutting back on certain spending, cutting back on certain places, and picking up on extra jobs, extra hours. So I'm just claiming it, man, just doing what I need to do to make sure that when in years down the line, I be in a certain position, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not worried about what the boss got to say. I'm not worried about what they doing. I don't care what you're doing. Because what you doing ain't putting nothing in my bank account, so sorry. But it's not. So I'm just locking in and just, putting them grown man drawers on. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. Yeah, that's it.
What you got, bro?
But one thing I'm doing was key. One thing I'm doing, I'm claiming all the baggage, right? So when I say all the baggage, it's certain stuff that you deal with that got nothing to do. You didn't even do anything for some of the things that you deal with. It's generational. There's certain stuff that our parents and uncles and stuff didn't do that we deal with that stuff. But just because you didn't put it on your shoulders, it does not mean that you don't deal with it. You got to claim that. If it's attached to you, you still claim it because you're the one that's marked to deal with it. Period. So I'm claiming that baggage, even though I'm not claiming that I put it on there, but it's on my shoulder, I have to deal with it.
Right.
And also, I'm claiming the stuff that 1,000 times 45,000 caused on myself. You have to claim that crap too. Because how else you gonna dig it up and clean it up?
Yeah.
Yo, the other day I was in the hospital, right? So I'm in the hospital and I'm on the street side, and you know how the street side is. You can walk down the hall and be about to faint. Just the smell, just like, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm on the street side.
Dang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro. When you leave out the hall, the stench be in your mask still. That's how strong some of that stuff be.
Yeah.
It's no joke. So them nurses, when they be in there, it's a reason why I want to be a nurse. I don't want to have to, you know what I'm saying? So, but while I was in there, it's funny. It's funny because I walk down there. There's a piece of equipment sitting out on the chair outside of this patient's room. And I was called to come pick it up. As soon as I walked down the hall, my brain started complaining about the smell. And as I walked closer to the piece of equipment, it got stronger and stronger. I was like, this is this room. Oh my gosh. So I'm sitting there, I'm standing there. I'm finna pick the equipment up to take it. It just kind of like fell upon me like, sometimes you have to smell somebody else's stuff. It's a reminder. It's like a reminder, like, because sometimes people have to deal with your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to smell somebody else's stuff because look at all the times people had to deal with your crap.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because you're still unpacking.
You know what I'm saying? So I just took it. And I didn't complain anymore. And then when I look in the room at that patient, that person who's in there, they can't help it. So it just hit different. But while I can help it, I'm gonna clean my stuff because I don't want you or anybody else to pick up the stuff that I need to pick up for myself. Like when you want something when you want something different for you in the long run, you really start to claim your baggage, bro. You start to claim that stuff. It's jacked up. It's okay. It's gonna get right. It's gonna get right. Ain't no other option. I remember one time you said ain't no plan B.
Right.
It's only plan A.
Mm-hmm.
Plan B is to make sure plan A come to pass. Ain't no plan B.
Right. I
And that's
remember
it.
that, huh?
Yeah, because I'm on that.
Yeah.
But it take you get to a certain place to be on that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And to be there humbly and respectfully, and not frantic about nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to claim that crap.
Mm-hmm.
You got to claim it, because guess what? Nobody else, ain't nobody coming to save you.
Mm-hmm.
You think they ain't.
Right.
Because the people who you see that straight, they did exactly that married couple, that person, that young lady, that individual. They did exactly what I'm doing right now. They took the time to claim their baggage.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And you still cleaning it up, because as you grow, then you acquire more baggage.
Yep.
Because you're taking on stuff from other places that when you get there, you got to remember, oh man, I let that go. I can't let that creep back into this place right now.
Yep.
And that's how a lot of relationships get messed up, because they'll continue to bring in baggage from yesterday and today.
Bro. And then they pack other stuff from people that they didn't need to pick up and put it in their bag, and then they walk around with it, and it's heavier than what they came in with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like unpacking insecurities, unpacking doubt, unpacking habits and behaviors that's generational, and trying to you have to dig deep within this stuff to figure out, okay, what's in here that I don't need. This is weighing me down. I can't move in with life like this. And if I get into a new relationship, like, what is that gonna look like? Am I gonna leave the bag that I don't need, or am I just gonna pack what I know I need? You know, faith, friendships, encouragement, motivation, anything that can put you in the right direction and make a step forward versus back. And that's not going to weigh you down and be heavy, because it's going to happen. You just got to meet somebody that's willing to help you unpack and be like, no, we ain't fit to pack this in here. No. That was from old boy back there. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or that's from old girl. Nah, don't do that. Because it's and a lot of times we don't realize we pick up things subconsciously too. We don't realize it because we've been conditioned a certain way to move a certain way, or this is how it should be, or how it has to go. When no, like, you have the power to break the cycle or the generational curses or anything. Like, you have the power to make sure that your space is peaceful. Like, you the one are in control of your own destiny, in the sense of picking the people that you think that will help you get to where you're trying to go.
It's a war zone, bro.
It
Right.
is.
Yeah.
It's a war zone. We talking about peace. It's a war zone. If you don't like confrontation, then you're always going to be in a disrupted atmosphere, because you're not gonna be willing to lay it down. Like, no, all that right there is not happening over here, bro. That can happen on the outside of the household, but this household is not. It's not gonna be 1,000% perfect, but it's not gonna be 99.99% jacked up either. Like, you gotta fight for peace. It's a war zone.
Right. Right.
Straight up.
Right.
It's a war zone, bro. And guess what? They're not fighting fair. They're throwing straight cheap shots.
Ain't fighting fair at all.
It's not fighting fair. It's gonna always try to hit you where you're soft at all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Right. Right.
But to have peace, it's a war zone, dog.
Yeah.
It is.
I remember. I forgot. I don't know if it was Jake's, TD Jakes, or something. I forgot that. And I don't remember who was the first person I ever heard them say it. And they said that usually, the area that you struggle the most is probably the area that you're most anointed in.
Ooh.
I was like, wow.
I've heard it in that.
I never thought about it that way. Yeah, the first time I heard that, it blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because, we got married young, 21, 22. And, you're at that stage where you just really trying to figure out what's going on with your life.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, man, like, then you know, you're in the rat race, you know, trying to figure out how to make ends meet, you know, and it was like, man, it was like we wasn't frivolous with money and none of that stuff, but you just find yourself living from paycheck to paycheck. And I'm saying they ain't like was perfect, but it was just like we've never been that type that just do things all crazy and stuff like that, and then we looking crazy at the end of the month because we can't pay our bill because, you know, we went to the movies instead of knowing that we got, like, no, we didn't do stuff like that. It just, it was just hard, you know what I'm saying? And so it was just different things that we just had to do and just hold on to during those situations and stuff like that always kept us in the kind of like at bay. And part of that was just acknowledging the fact that we were where we were, that was it. And then at the end of the day, we just gonna continue to put a plan together to get up out what we're trying to get out of. You know what I'm saying? And I spoke at the wrestling banquet, and I said this right here, because, you know, we always talk, you know, the podcast called The Blueprint to Success, man. We always talking about ways in how we can better ourselves, our lives, our situations, our relationships, our jobs, careers, businesses, anything that is attached to what we have going on. And I said this right here because there's a quote. It says, and it says, success is not owned, it's leased, and rent due is every day. And we've heard that before. And I was like, you know what? I said, I disagree. And I was like, everybody got quiet. I said, I disagree. I said, because me, I'm a person that likes ownership. I said, I'm going to own my successes as well as I own my failures. I said, but if I'm only leasing it, then guess what happened? I said, you got people that lease stuff, you got people that own stuff. I said, people that lease stuff, I said, if they're business owner, they may lease a car. You know, that it serves as a tax write-off, you know, for certain things. I say, you got people that may lease a home. You know, they don't want the responsibilities. If something break down, they got. I say, because what happens is, the toilet break down. Guess what? All you gotta do is pick up the phone and say, "Hey man, my toilet backed up. I need you to come down here and take care of this." Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna take care of it, right? But if you own it, it falls back on you.
Yep.
You can't call nobody to say, "My toilet broke. Come fix my toilet." You got to claim that baggage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if I say that, well, I'm only gonna lease success because rent is due every day just to keep me motivated, then I'm putting myself back in the rat race, really, because I'm never taking ownership of my success.
Exactly.
And so actually, I say, man, you gotta take ownership of that, whether you're successful. Because if I'm only leasing it, then I mean I'm only taking ownership of my successes and never owning my failures. And then if I don't take ownership of my failures, then how can I grow and how am I going to grow?
Exactly.
It can't happen.
You can't.
Because if I'm constantly pushing my baggage, things that I don't want to claim, things that I don't want to deal with, if I'm steady pushing that off because I don't want to deal with it, then it never puts me in a position to where I'm really bettering myself.
Right.
Because I'm always pushing it to, I don't want to deal with that. Oh, somebody did this to me when I was younger, and now it's starting to manifest itself now. And so now I don't want to deal with that. And now you're 45 years old trying to deal with a 16-year-old.
And you got all these bags surrounding you that you push to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real talk. Like freedom, man, we were just talking about this the other night. Dog, freedom ain't free.
It's costly.
It comes with, exactly, it comes with a cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody lost their life for the United States of America to be free. A lot of people lost their life. We just celebrated Memorial Day. Not too long ago, right? But a lot of people lost their life for us to be. Freedom ain't free. If you want to be free from the baggage that is hounding you and what's the word I'm looking for? It feel like it's pulling you back or holding you down. You just like the last podcast when Alxndr said, what was it? It was I just lost my train of thought. But being free. Like you gotta own it, man. You got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
You gotta man, listen, man, it's I can't want your success more than you want your success. I can't want your freedom more than you, and we find ourselves, cause we had a situation last year, like I said, man, it was rough. It was rough last year. The team, it was rough. We was young, we was doing some stupid stuff. And part of it, and it was funny, I even said, I said, man, we can't want you to be more successful than you want. I said, so one of the problem with today's generation, and I'm not even just talking about young people of a certain age group.
Right.
I'm talking about people of a certain mindset. Today's societal mindset is so abrupt and just off whack, man. I say, it's crazy. I say, y'all are more fascinated with looking successful than being successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As
That's
long
a crazy
as
mindset,
hey, you gonna pull up on somebody's car, hey, take this picture. Why don't you find out what they doing to get that? Instead of taking the picture, man, hurry up and take the picture before they come out. No, I want them to come out. Hey, like Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yep.
Man, I got 2 questions for you. What do you do and how do you do it? When he pulled up in that, what was it, Ferrari, I think it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's transformational mindset, going back to the last podcast. Once again, it's like, man, if you want it, the availability is there, but you got to unleash the baggage. Listen, as big as a plane is, as heavy and sturdy as a plane is, they still got a weight limit as far as the amount of baggage that can go on that plane.
Mm-hmm.
And they can carry a lot of weight.
A lot.
So if something that huge and that big and that powerful has a limit, why don't we have limitations for ourselves?
That is necessary and needed. Boundaries.
Boundaries. Hey, man, you come talk on crazy around me about some stuff, man, I don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't got nothing to do with me. He ain't got nothing to do with me, dog. Let's change the conversation. What up?
That
How
ain't
you
my
doing?
business. No, that ain't my business.
I ain't claiming that. The bag. I'm claiming the baggage that is holding me back from being my best. That's holding me back from me being the best father. From holding me back from me being the best mother, the best business partner, the best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can they count on me as much as I can count on them? At the end of the day, it's man, bro. It's just so much you can unpack with this, right?
And life is like that conveyor belt that just keep going round and round. So what are you
I
gonna
like
do?
that. Yo,
You got the baggage, you just looking at it.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah, right.
It got your name on it, matter of fact.
Yeah.
That's
That's
yours.
good. That's good.
yours.
'Cause
Go
you
ahead and grab it.
Conveyor belt
Take it
of
home
life.
with you.
Yeah.
Unpack.
Yeah.
Throw out what you don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work on that. Get better. You know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period.
Yeah.
See,
Ain't nobody that's going to claim that.
bro, because that type of stuff only happens when your palate changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you see something that looks really good and you want to taste it, your palate got to change. Like, you can't eat that until you deal with this stuff first, bro.
Exactly.
You got to make room for it.
That's good.
You got to make room for it.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to get to the point to where you see something that you never saw before, something you always wanted.
Exactly.
And you say it all the time, like, and it's cliche. What are you willing to do to get it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody say that.
Right.
But when you at that point to like, you know what? I really want that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really want to live like that. Like, I
Right.
really want to be around that.
Mm-hmm.
So your palate got to change.
Yeah. Bro, I had that, bro. I had to accept the fact. Because I stay up late.
Mm-hmm.
So either I'm working on something or I'm reading something, listening to something. So I'm getting to the point now where when I get to the house, I just wind down now. Because 9 times out of 10, when I leave the office and I get to the house, I'm on the computer. I'm looking at something. Maybe I'm editing the clip or putting something together, putting a proposal together, dealing with. I haven't left the office at the office. I took the office home.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you know what, man? I ain't fit to open up the computer. I ain't fit to open up the laptop. I ain't fit to do it. I'm fit to eat and I'm fit to chill and rest my mind and meditate.
Yep.
Because what I find myself doing with me staying up late, what I would do is I would sleep in. And then even though you got it right too, because as an entrepreneur, your times vary depending upon what you're doing, and you know, what as you know, being a speaker is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like sometimes I'll get out of routine because I'm staying up late because I'm constantly grinding, and then I'll sleep in, and then I'm missing out on other opportunities that I could be doing, to being productive, being somewhere else. So I kind of got in that rut again, like the last 2 weeks, and so and partially it was that because when the car went down, trying to get that situated, so then trying to make sure the wife would get to work, and so it's just like, then it snapped me right back into, okay, getting back up early again. And so now it began, it's like, dang, you know, I actually missed that. I got back, I said, you know, I'm kind of glad my car went down. So we can either be resentful that something came into our life and disrupted, as did my car situation disrupted my life. So we can actually be glad and okay something came and disrupted because it allowed us to recalibrate what we was doing. Right. Or we can sit there and moan and gripe and complain about it and then don't do nothing and still be stuck in the same place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's like, you know what? That really wasn't a distraction. That was for my destiny.
Yep. Yeah, part of the journey.
Part of the journey.
And it's like that old saying, if you don't sit yourself down, something will happen to where it'll force you to sit down and rest and reflect. And even with the grinding and working hard, it's just like you gotta allow yourself to deplete in a sense to where you can impact more than what you're already taking on, because you're not gonna think clearly, you're not gonna see clearly, and when you're just all face up in it, it's hard to see everything around you, so you got to take a step back, look at the bigger picture, just reset your mind, unplug. Like, that's one of the most important things that I've been doing, just unplugging. Yeah. Just making sure I rest my body. Like, that is something that you do need to do. Yeah. Not that you want to do, no, that you need to do. Because in order to be able to function, your body needs the appropriate rest. In order to be able to think clearly, you got to be in a space and just where you can allow peace to come in, and then allow yourself to really just like, okay, let me just kind of meditate. Just like I was telling him, man, I said, man, I had cleaned my apartment like last weekend, and then I kept it up to this week. It's just like every time I came out, it was different. It just was so still and quiet. And all I wanted to do is I just laid on the couch and I just laid in it. And it was just like, yeah, this is hitting different. This hit different. Because now you understand at the level that you're going, because you know you're going to another level of maturity, but you know it's just different. It's a whole nother level of just really entrusting, and another level of peace that you're acquiring. You just feel that. And you just got to sit in it. I think a lot of times we're afraid we're missing out on so much. That's why we keep going, and grinding. Like, you feel like the one time you rest, you miss out on the whole world. Like, yeah, good. Miss out on it. Ain't nothing happening. Right. Like, ain't nothing you can do more than what happened yesterday. It's still the same. Right. It's just like, if you got deadlines, cool. But man, I made it a priority that rest is gonna be. I ain't doing nothing. Nathan, you gonna catch me doing nothing? Hey, bro, what you doing? Chilling? Hey, you want? Nope. This my day. This my day. Nope. I ain't gonna let you finish. This is my day today. I ain't gonna care. I thought somebody was coming through the door. I was like, hootie hoo.
No, that's my phone.
No, but bruh, it's just like, cause sometimes you get in this rut, this mode, man, of just being in this kind of like how this hamster wheel again. You just going in circles, and it's just like, wait a minute, hold on, get a little dizzy. Let me. I gotta get off this ride real quick.
But you know what?
It's like stagnancy at its best.
With me, bro, I think now I have a better, because I'm in, every person, every man is different. You know what I'm saying? So I can just speak from what?
Coming from the house.
Coming from the house, right?
I noticed the last 2 episodes coming from the house, man. He doing the old Bill Cosby. You know,
I don't know. I'm at a different place with myself. You know what I'm saying?
He in story mode. He got the hand behind the head.
It ain't moved yet. It's still there.
I'm at a different place with myself right now. So I'm just for one, because I've been actively doing what we're talking about. So for one, I'm proud of myself. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For one, you know what I'm saying? And I can actually say that and not be cliche. People say I'm proud of me. No, I'm actually proud of myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but
give yourself a pat on the back.
yeah. But on the flip side though, like I am an emotional man, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like more. I'm a thinker and emotional. Those two things is like, it's like boom. You know what I'm saying? If it's not controlled, right? So I'm at the point to where now I'm controlling my emotions in certain areas in my life instead of my emotions running and controlling me and having me going off on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about picking up stuff, so baggage, we're just talking about things that those issues and those things, issues or problems or things that's in our lives that we have to handle. That's basically what it is, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about like children and stuff. We're talking about like issues that we have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So like me doing the work for those issues, I've noticed that once I start digging and start touching on those veins, I really get emotional, and now it's a trigger to let me know, oh, you are an emotional being. So when you're digging up certain things and you're running across things about yourself, be mindful of how you're feeling and what you're thinking while you're speaking on certain things and certain topics about yourself, so you know how to deal with them. Because if you're not recognizing what type of being you are, then you don't know what type of help you need. Like you don't know what direction to take what you're feeling or what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
And you can't conquer what you won't face.
Yep.
At all.
Well, the saying, you can't conquer what you don't confront, and you can't confront what you don't identify.
I don't want to identify.
And that's how like generational curses get passed down, because they fail to identify what happened in the bloodline. And they're trying to figure out, well, where did this come from? You might want to check your family history.
Yep.
That's what it boils down
Some
to.
things that get attached to you that you had nothing to do with, like bro said in the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R828 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to starve your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
And you got to figure out how to deal with something that you had nothing to do with. That's crazy.
And you ain't got no strategy on how to fight or even conquer it.
Exactly. So that means you got to come up with one, because you never knew it was. You never knew why it was there. You never knew it was there till something triggered it, like bro said.
Yeah.
You got triggered.
Something's gonna always trigger it.
Exactly.
Because when I was in my 20s, my favorite beverage of choice, I'm just saying, I used to like Hennessy. And I used to drink it out the freezer with no ice. And sometimes I used to get it off the shelf and buy it. I wouldn't steal it. And then I just
Put that claim out there.
You had to put that in there.
because you know what I'm saying. So
My boy's not a stiller.
he's stupid. He's in a stiller.
Disclaimer: I bought it. I didn't
steal it, but I used to get it off the shelf, do whatever. And then I was drinking with no ice, so I was drinking warm. So I noticed that drinking was like, why am I, you know what I'm saying? So if my father, he had substance stuff, my mom's, she had substance stuff. So now you come together and make this being. So I'm more prone to have substance problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's something that you have to realize, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
now you know what I'm saying?
Just open up Pandora's box with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, hey, I'm gonna let you finish, but Paul said this right here, and I'm gonna paraphrase that: just because I can don't mean I should.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know that is the thing. So now we abstain from that. Even though I can, I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do, it's my discretion and my choice, but I rarely ever don't.
Mm-hmm.
Father, my dad, he had a thing with food and stuff like that. In the household, look, in my household, my mom and my stepdad, at the time, they were obese. Stepdad got diabetes. Dad got diabetes. So now when it comes to food, I had a thing with food. Mm-hmm. So like I told y'all before, high school, right after high school, bro, I'm 300 and some pounds, 345, bro. I was able to fit a size 48, 50 waist.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to teach myself how to eat all over. Mm-hmm. Literally, bro, fix a plate. And I had to tell myself, I do like 2 scoops, put the fork down. Mm-hmm. Tell myself, put the fork down. Sit there, chew my food, put the 1 scoop, 1 scoop, 1 scoop.
Mm-hmm.
Like teach myself about food all over again, because where did I come from? I had to go back, like, okay, I had to watch my father, diabetes, and just watch him how he ate and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I like, okay, it came from this area. My stepdad and my mom, they obese. So this is coming from, this is genetic and this is trained.
Combination of
That's
both.
good, yeah. Trained behavior and genetic behavior.
So now you dealing with a person who is prone for this and has been trained how to eat wrong, and it's already in my blood. So whatever you give me, it's like it's gonna double the effect.
Right.
So when you talk about doing the work on doing the baggage to dig stuff up, you have to know what you're dealing with so you know how to handle it. And guess what? It stinks and it's messy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It stinks and it's messy.
Right.
And it's gonna take time and practice to work on it.
Right.
This is almost like e-gaming online for the most part. If there's no internet for you to play with somebody else, for the most part, it's a one-player game. This right here is a one-player action. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to do the work yourself first. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Before any internet get hooked up and you can holler at somebody else, you have to do the work for it first. Mm-hmm. It's going to be you and God for a while, because it's going to feel funny. It's going to be nasty. It's going to get sticky. Mm-hmm. And,
it's going to be uncomfortable.
And it's a continuous thing. Everybody got different stuff that's in their closet. Mm-hmm. Everybody got different bags that they walking around with. Some people's bags is insecurity. Had to deal with that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like once you start digging stuff up, bro, it's sucky. Especially if you're in a relationship, because when you start digging stuff start coming out, and then when you're dealing with your mate or your business partner or your homeboy, you start to expose what's going on with you. They can say something, like your girl can say something to you that normally wouldn't trigger you, or normally you wouldn't have a problem with. But just because you're dealing with, let's say you're dealing with somebody called you fat back in the day or something like that, and your girl say something about weight, you might be sensitive at this time of morning just because you dealing with it at the moment. Mm-hmm. And it shows what you're going through.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So this is stuff that I'm actively been working on and doing, and you know why? Because I see something on the other side that I want.
Right.
And I know I would not be able to enjoy it how I want if I don't do the work right now. If I don't make the space right now, if I don't change my palate, so when I taste this, it tastes how it looks, how I imagine it. It's real, bro.
For real. Plant the seeds now so you can enjoy the fruit of your labor later.
Yeah, that's good. And I like how
That's real good.
How you talked about patterns and
Yeah.
yeah, we got a young man that's in our youth group, man. Dude, man, he dope, man. He designed his own clothes, so he wants to be a clothing designer. And so, but his way of his way is kind of unorthodox. So he knows how to sew, so he sews like designs and stuff on. So he'll take like a let's just say a pair of jeans, and he'll design like a design just off the cuff. And then he'll just cut and sew stuff and make a design, and then you looking at it and be like, dang, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like nothing can develop unless the pattern is there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even if I have an idea, but if I don't put a pattern with the idea, then nobody ever understands or sees what the idea could have been or what it actually is.
Right.
And so when patterns begin to enter our life and things of that nature, it's like my wife. Like my wife, she's a pretty good cook, and but she's very experimentative.
Oh yeah.
So she'll be did some stuff. I'll be like, the first thing I done got to the point now, I'll be like, because early on in our marriage, you'd be like, can you do that again? It don't taste the same way you did it last time. Well, I don't remember. I said, you got to start writing this stuff down. And then so now we joke about it now 20 plus years later, and because she still don't write it down. She'll make some stuff up and it turned out so. I say, why you writing this stuff down? So that way I won't get different tastes and it tastes like what I just had. You know what I'm saying? So, but she never takes the time to create a pattern, and it be so good. And so we can never experience the good or the greatness of what our life could be if we never understand or we never pay attention to the pattern.
Well, look, bro. This can't tell me you said that. Look. I could be wrong.
Ask for the couch.
Look. Ask your wife if it's true or not. I think the reason why she don't write it down because that is her pattern. Her pattern is she's making your food with a feeling. She's not going. Some people go by the list. Bum, 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 bum. They going by straight up. You give them what to do. It's like robotic. Your wife, she's doing it from the feeling. So it's like it's excitement. She's thinking about how you gonna taste when you eat it. She's thinking about. It's like it's different instead of going by the list of 1/2 cup of this.
Not my wife.
No,
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Nah, my wife, she just, and that's what make us us, cause I've always been more the structured type guy. She's always been the crazy all over the place woman, and so we just balance each other out.
Yeah.
So there'll be times that I should just jump. She ready to push me out the plane.
What you doing?
But then there's times she ready to jump out the plane, and I'm like, no, this ain't the time to jump out the plane. Let me hold on to you. Like, no. You don't see that tree right there. You about to land right there on top.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we balance it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, because you're right. You're actually right in a sense. Because if a person's pattern is based off of their, let's just say, creative nature.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Then you're actually operating in a pattern in which you're wired. You're wired to. And then, but I would just say this, that goes to the analyzation of the situation. And the reason I say that is because, let me use this, my young man for an example, right?
Right.
So let's just say he just creates something out of the whim, because he can do that. Like, I was talking with his mom the other day, and she said, man, because he was in the fashion show, one of the local fashion shows. He was in Portia's show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was dope. She sent me the video. I said, send me the video. She said, so she sent me the videos. And so he got other kids wearing his stuff, modeling his stuff as well as he did.
Wow.
Yeah, it was dope, man. So she said he lit up like a Christmas tree, and he just is excited and nervous at the same time. And so so I'm sitting up, I'm looking at the videos, like, man, it's dope. You know, so, but what happens when your creative nature also stifles you too? And the reason I'm using him as an example because I've kind of seen it happen before. So what happens with even with his, and I'm not saying he's doing this, but I'm just using him as an example because I think it kind of fits. Because he's the type of individual that creates like stuff. And it happened with Kiki one time. Alxndr had made a statement, and Kiki, with Isha, because with her jewelry, she don't make the same thing. It's customized. And so Auntie wanted something real bad that she had made for somebody else. And she just kept telling her, she was like, I don't do that. But then Auntie made a point. She said, well, what happens when the need becomes to the point where other people want that, but you're not willing to make it just because you made it customized for that person?
Yeah.
So and I said all of that to say this is like, that's it. Like in that situation, you actually are right. But it just, as an individual, you have to analyze your situation, because what happens when you're that person where you're just creative and the need for what you have arrives, but you're not willing to do it because you're just thinking about it just this one particular way.
Yeah, so I think okay, so I'm picking up what you're putting down. So you're saying that
Pick it up.
it comes a time to where after you flowing and it sticks, you have to create an outline so you can reproduce that thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. And that's why I said it's analyzing the situation.
Yeah. Okay, this works.
It works in this moment or this
Mm-hmm.
season, but then okay, well now I got to write the pattern down.
Yeah.
You know, I understand, because I had to do that, and I'm still doing that, and I'm still working on some other things as far as like right now, because like you know it's like, man, I know I need to be doing this, I know I need to be doing that, I know, but it's just like you're in chill mode. So I found myself doing it because it's strenuous. It is a strenuous process when you, especially like when you're content creators like we are. So it's like you're trying to document everything so that way you can like what you said, you can reproduce something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but it is very tedious because I have to document. So if I want to create a online training course, I have to document everything that I'm doing to present in that training course. But once it's done, all you got to push a button, but you don't know all the stuff and the sleepless nights and staying up late at night that I had to do.
Early mornings.
Cutting and editing videos and meeting with this person and that person and making sure everything is right, blah, blah, and all you did was swipe your card and push a button. Well, thankful, but you don't understand the process that went behind all of that.
Cost.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like at some point, though, no matter how creative you are, at some point you're going to have to write down that pattern to reproduce something that you want. So even if you're looking at like baggage, like you can use how you got over one particular situation as a foundation to help you get over the next situation.
Yeah.
It may not be the exact same way, you may not do the exact same things, but what happened is you can extract something from the last baggage that you claimed and work through that, and then you know, like, oh man, like, hey, man, I had to stay up and just, you know, some people, I may put some earplugs in my ear while I'm sleeping so that way my mind is constantly stay focused on something. So when I wake up, my mind isn't always going into panic mode. You know, that's a pattern. You know what I'm saying? Being aware of your surrounding and well, how am I waking up? When I wake up in the morning, why am I angry and I just went to sleep last night? I haven't even done anything, but I'm waking up angry. You may want to check your bloodline. You may want to check your family history. It may be a spirit of anger rolling in your family. How come every time my wife do this or my husband do this, I respond in this way? You have to check your pattern. Check the pattern. It's
check the bloodline.
Right. Man, we talk about transformation, baby. If you say you love this person, you want the best for this person, you want this for this person, then you want to give them the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's going to require me to claim some baggage that I don't want to. That's going to require me to go into that closet that's full of skeletons. And dig up them dry bones.
Bro, it's crazy because Faith's mom last night, she preached about dry bones. She came from Ezekiel last night. And you know what, bro? There's nothing worse than giving yourself. There's nothing worse than giving other people the same version of yourself. Like, how dare you? Do not give me the same version of yourself. Why you?
We call that leftovers.
Like, how dare you? How dare you give me the same? I can smell it. It smell and it look like what the other person had. I don't want that. Because I'm over here in the kitchen. I'm with Gordon Ramsay. He just throwing my dish out the back door every time it come out the oven because it ain't right. I'm re-chopping everything. He kicking my whole prep table over because it's not right for you, and you giving me this same old dish. I don't want that.
Right.
How dare you? No. I don't want that. I can smell it. It don't even look right. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's the worst thing ever. You giving other people the same version of yourself. You in straight denial. It needs serious work.
Straight denial and self-flat. Because you give them something that you don't really have to necessarily work for. You give them something that you necessarily just, it is what it is. It's those blah moments. It's those, I'm not going to try. It's those, well, like you said before, you either going to accept me how I am. I ain't changing for nobody. This is what you get. You don't like it?
Yeah.
Dead or roll.
Kick rocks.
Dead or roll.
I'd be like, bye-bye.
Bro. And then, like, a huge thing is, like, a lot of us try to do the work by ourselves.
I was just finna say that because no, it's weird because it's some stuff that you have to deal with.
Right.
I have to deal with, but guess what? I deal with this stuff and I get it out of the way so to make room for who's supposed to be there to help me deal with some other stuff. Some stuff you need people to go through with.
Yep.
You need people to go through with. We're not supposed to do life alone.
Right.
Point blank period.
But you have to do what you have to do to make room for somebody else to come in your life because you ain't got to do it by yourself. You don't have to. And guess what? When you deal with your stuff, that's training grounds for you to help them deal with their stuff. As iron sharp as iron, one person sharp as another.
Exactly.
But you have to do that stuff. If you're not, we ain't got to be perfect.
Right.
What your boy say? You just gotta be worthy. I'm like, killed that thing. But you gotta be, but he was right though. You gotta be worth it though.
No cap. No cap. No cap.
That was good.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be worth it. But if you're not doing the work, then it's like you're yelling out to the next person, I'm not worth it. No, like do the work, let somebody come in and y'all do life together and y'all help each other deal with that stuff.
Bro. Yes.
Yeah. That, bro.
That right now.
That was good.
My bad.
Worthy.
That was good. And you know what? It's funny y'all hit that because it normally takes another person to get out of you what's already there that you need help with or even don't see.
Yeah.
And like I said, I remember, what was that I was talking about last time? Jeremy Anderson. Yeah, he was talking about when he went to counseling and stuff. And how he didn't really want to go where the lady went, but she ended up going there anyways, and then realizing that there was stuff there he didn't realize that was there, and ended up snotting up her carpet and stuff like that. And I remember it was times where me and my wife, we went to counseling, and numerous times, and I was kind of adamant in the beginning, and then truth be told and being transparent, I know the first couple of times I didn't feel like it did anything. But as I began to grow, I then understood that I was actually hindering the process because I had already went in there with a preconceived mindset.
Which a lot of people go through.
Yeah.
With the first time around.
Yeah, and so once I was able to let my guard down and embrace the process, then I saw the benefit of actually going to counseling. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell people all the time, like, especially in the African American neighborhood, we don't want to go because we was always being taught what goes on in this house, what stays in this house. And so a lot of times African Americans are reluctant to go get counseling because of the way that we were brought up, because we was told not to say anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it can be one of the best things that you could ever do, because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to deal with what you're dealing with, then how do you expect your significant other or the people that are close to you help you deal with what you're dealing with? Hey, in order for Jesus to do what he did, to have the significance and effect that he did, he had to give up the ghost. If he didn't give up the ghost, that means everything else was null and void and ineffective.
Oh yeah.
So you got to give up what you're holding on to so that you can release the freedom that needs to come into your life. What you got, man? Gotta release it. Even though he got beat, he got spat on, everything that he went through.
Everything.
But he was still alive when he got on that cross. But he had to give up the ghost in order to die, to go to the next dimension, to free a whole bunch of people like you and I. He set the pattern. He set the pattern. I got to give it up. I can't hold on to my life, because if I hold on to my life, that means you don't have one.
God, dog, boy.
And the purpose of his death was so that those that accept
Lose their
him
life.
would have life.
Yep.
Right.
So if I
And
keep this ghost
abundantly.
in my body and I don't give it up, everything that I did was just in vain. So I got to give my life up so that you can have one. So if we look at the pattern, the current life that we have now, we have to give that up in order to get a better one.
Yeah.
And that is not just attached to you, but it's attached to your kids, it's attached to your kids' kids, it's attached to your kids' kids' kids. It keeps going and it keeps growing. So you giving up the ghost, so to speak, or you giving up the life, so to speak, it's not about you, it's about those that's coming behind you. It wasn't about Jesus, it was about those that was coming behind him.
Exactly. Because he knew.
You know what I'm saying?
And you tapped into something that I wrote down here. There's 3 secrets that will help you maintain your freedom: humility, honesty, and the Holy Spirit. Those 3 things. And connecting with God, he'll give you a newfound strength, a newfound identity, and a newfound joy. So be honest with yourself, and that's very important. Be honest with yourself, but be honest with God too. We is always better than me. How we gonna do this? Because the people around you, they can set up plays in motion to help you. You can't set up what you don't know you're dealing with. You can't. Even the greats gotta have teammates around them to be what they are. It's a team sport. Point blank, period.
Yep. I sat there and listened to Chris Paul on the Pivot podcast. Man, it was actually pretty good, man. And he was just saying how he when he was growing up and how he was as a player, and they was just saying how selfless he is. And he was just talking about, he said that just always been a part of him. He said, but he was aware. I'm spitting this in my own language. But he was aware that he had the gift, talent, and the ability to score at will anytime he wanted, because he knew he was just that talented.
He had the power on the court.
What you say?
He had the power on the court.
Yeah, he knew that.
Yeah.
He knew I can score at will, but the nature of me says I'm gonna throw this dime. I'm gonna get these 10 assists too. Yeah, I can score 40, but I'll settle for 15, 10, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'll
was
get
like,
40
man,
another way.
I say, boy, that was powerful. Then I say, boy, that was powerful. Because even they acknowledged that in Chris Paul, and that's how it had kind of came up. And so he was like, yeah, he said he noticed that. He acknowledged that. He said, yeah, pretty much I'm that dude. I'm that guy. But at the end of the day, that's not my nature. My nature is I want to help other people get to where they got to go. So that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do,
Bro, and what's more powerful than someone who knows what they contribute and what they're capable of? That's a dangerous person.
That's a dangerous person, both good and bad, depending upon the mindset of the individual.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the person who is most favorable is not the one who got it all. I think it was I think it was Joseph. Y'all just don't come from my head.
Go from my head.
I think it was Joseph. Like the one who got it all and don't share is hated, but the one who got all the grain and they need some, I can sell you some of this grain. Y'all gonna love me. You gonna love me. So once I unload all my baggage and I'm free and I can see what you dealing with and I just got done tossing this out in the dumpster, I can show you how to toss yours out too. You gonna love me.
Exactly.
And I can show you, and I can show you, and I can show you.
Bro.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Man.
it's powerful in that.
That's good, yo.
It's power in that.
Yeah, you just sent me somewhere. I'm gonna try to see if I can remember. I remember Steve Harvey was telling a story about when he was growing up, and he wanted a new car. And his old car was sitting in the driveway on bricks.
Yep.
He kept telling his mom that he was gonna get a new car. And up to that point, he had never got a new car.
Nope.
And then one day he walks in the kitchen or something like that to that nature, and then they're talking about the situation, and his mom was like, well, baby, you ain't gonna never get no new car. Because you still got that old car out there sitting in the driveway. You ain't got no room. You ain't made no room for the new car to come. And he said, I basically said, I kid you not. He said, when I got rid of that old clunker, he said, it was when I got my new car. So just like you said earlier, like giving up that stuff, we have to give up that stuff to make room for what's coming.
Yeah.
Trying to tell
I can't keep saying I want a better this or I want this and I want that, but you still got old habits occupying the space that new habits trying to get to, but they can't get to because the old habits are still there. Or trying to develop a certain level of characteristics that's going to acquire or attract the type of individual that I'm looking for, but the individual that I'm looking for keep eluding me because I haven't cleaned out that part of the closet yet. That baggage is still taking up space.
It's just chilling.
Collecting dust. But you trying to say, well, I'm trying to track, but you keep attracting the same thing because you still got that baggage sitting up there in the closet and ain't cleaned out.
It's like when you see somebody else with the same bag you got. You're like, hey, I got that.
What's that, Gucci?
You know what I always hate too is when you buy a car, it ain't the fact that you got the only one, but it's like now before you went to go buy that car, you ain't seen, and as soon as you buy the car, everybody got one.
Everybody
just like
got the car. Yeah, that happened all the time, bro.
Oh, like, man, you got to be kidding. Be like, man, I ain't never seen a car like that. Man, whoa, I ain't seen no car like that. Get on the road.
You see them everywhere now. I got one too.
Oh, man, Jesus.
But one thing about it, though, one thing about it, I'm gonna tell you this though for sure. Let's say you get the big boy Benz, the big body, which you probably will get the Benz. As soon as you get your Benz, You're gonna see other people with Benzes. But everybody maintenance and upkeep and care for their Benz is gonna be different. We driving the same whip. You ain't vacuuming your car out in 3 months. That junk jacked up in there. You got your kid got French fries in the back seat, all type of junk.
Punch stains.
Bro.
Your tires bald, all type of junk. We got the same Benz, but the care for it is completely different.
Super different. Yes, sir.
You might as well have a Honda. You driving a Benz like a Honda. You in something that's luxury and got a. You in something that's luxury and got an economy mind frame.
Dang. Bro. Dang. Shots fired.
About a couple of his head.
Bro, I got a homie that owns a detail business, right? Now, when he started, and I went to him, and we was talking, because we always chopping it up every time we get together, man. When he first started out, like his prices was a little, his prices were more than like what everybody else was charging, but they're even higher now. And he was like, bro, he's like, man, he said, I don't wash cars. He said, I detail cars. There's a difference. I told him, I said, bro, you ain't got to explain to me. I get it. I said, when you told me what you told me, I was already there where you was. I say, nah, you ain't finna come over here and get no $30 car wash.
Nope.
It hit different. But when my bro get through with your car, bro, it's like he just came out the showroom floor, and I kid you not. And the stuff you were saying made me go there, because I could show you when we get off. I could go to his page and I could show you some of the cars that this guy cleaned, bro. That's talking about the same very stuff. I'm talking about like, how the heck did you get that stuff out of there? How did you get that? I'm talking about carpet black smut in his brown, beige. But because you sat there and let that stuff and that gunk, and it, like, listen, bro. And the reason I'm bringing this up because of what you just said, the reason it made my mind go there, because he's not the cheapest guy that you want to go. If you want your car washed, go down to the guy that's gonna wash the car for $25, $30. That's cool. If you're doing that, that's fine. Kudos. We separate. I'm making a point here. I've seen dude take stuff apart to get up under things just to clean stuff, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's not a wash. He's literally detailing, bro. And so it's like the investment is more when you want to get your life detailed versus just cleaned up.
Because even with
a lot of time we just want our life cleaned up. You're like, oh, we just I'm gonna deal with this little bit, or we gonna no. If I want total freedom, I got to get that detailed.
If you want total freedom, you gotta.
You gonna have to unscrew that.
Take the
seat out.
Yes,
bro. I seen him do that, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, really doing it out here like that? Like, bro, unscrewed the seat, bro. The seat sitting on the driveway, getting all of that scrub. I was like, man, this dude is out. And then when you see the before pictures and the after pictures, you be like,
because when you're doing it like that, it's like you are refurbishing, right? And you're giving the same car, the car is not brand new, but you're giving somebody else a first class brand new experience and something that's been through it.
yep.
That's what you're doing. So when that new person sit in the car, or your homie sit in the car, whoever you picking up, the car, you've been had this car for years.
Yep.
But when they sit in it, they're gonna feel like you're gonna make them feel like it's new.
Yep.
That's the whole goal.
Yep. Bro, and I got to do this from around. I just said, but man, y'all give a shout out to man Spody, man.
Smoke, that's his name?
Spody.
Spody.
Yeah, that's my boy Spody, man.
Where he at?
Yeah, he let me go in here. Yeah, my bro ain't playing with it, dog. Like I say, don't come to my dog talking about 25. Nah, it ain't that kind of party. But trust me, the amount you gonna pay, it is what it is. But when you get that car back though, Like I said, ain't no car wash. It's a detail, next level detail, man. Spody, y'all go check him out.
Yeah, next level detailing.
He next level for real.
Spody, man.
And he ain't asked me to do none of this.
Facts.
But that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, like when you went there, that made me think about that, man. I just sat there and watch this guy just reinvent stuff. Like, man, God, dog. And it was one time I was trying to we kept missing each other, and the car was looking kind of rough. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna have to catch him on the next go around. So let me go on ahead and get over here and get one of these $25, $30 car washes. Bro, I was mad.
I don't blame you.
I was mad because I was accustomed to getting next level detailing. Knowing that, even though I still was mad though, because I'm like, man, my car look like crap. I could have did a better job than that. Mm-hmm. I just didn't want to. Right, I haven't washed the car in God knows how long. Convenience, bro. That's just what we are as a people. It just ain't that I can't. It's just, number one, I don't feel like it, don't want to, because I'm always on the go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's when you're able to like really dig deep into that luggage and pull out like the dark crooks and crap. That's when total free. I don't want to be partially free. I want to be totally free. Because
you give the next person, you and the next person gonna experience a side of you that you haven't experienced, and you give them a side of a person that they haven't experienced before. Both of y'all getting something new. You getting the new you, and they getting the new person that they ain't never met before.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
And are they getting that first class experience?
For one, and then now doing the work. God like, oh, you think that you finna to experience that by yourself? No, you finna go help him. Mm-hmm. You finna go help. You finna help her. Mm-hmm. She's gonna help her. That's a couple. Y'all finna help them. Oh, you finna help him. You finna help. Mm-hmm. Because your part is commission. So I didn't do this for no reason. You go.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And the reward is gonna be bigger on the other side. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Sometimes you can taste it on this side too. Mm-hmm. Somebody might call you, man, thank you, man, for praying for me. Thank you for you get that. Yeah. But if you don't get that, that's fine. It's up there.
Yeah. Bro, listen, man, when I think I shared this before, a couple other podcasts, but a long time ago when I realized, I was like, man, spirit of anger running our family. And I was like, if I don't deal with this now, I didn't realize it when I was a kid. So, but when I got older and early on in my marriage, when I got to a certain point, I was like, man, this ain't good. And once I started studying the word more and getting into that, and then years later, I realized all that time, like, dang, man, I was actually, there's anger and then there's a spirit of anger. It's what you operating from. It's like something triggers you and it sends you to a certain place beyond where you can even control, and you have to come back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then when I realized that, it was like, man, I got to get rid of this. I got to attack it. And it took some time over the years, but as long as I didn't acknowledge it was there, it existed.
Mm-hmm. You had to call it out.
But the moment I acknowledged it was there and then tried to compensate for it or try to make excuses for it, my situation stayed the same. So now, even though I may not be operating from a spirit of anger, it still impacts my decision because now I'm getting frustrated, or I won't do something that I know that I should be doing because it's going to benefit something, but because I don't feel like doing it because of how she responded. Or I didn't like the way she responded because she didn't do something in a certain way or didn't do, like, bro, I went through that whole phase for a long time, bro. So when I look at where me and my wife are right now, it's like, man, why didn't I clean up my closet a long time ago? Because now her mood is different because my mood, because like I said on the other podcast, like, men really has, if men, we set the tone, we get in our position, we get in our place, we're not over nobody, but what we do is we position our women to win. And I don't position them to win by ruling over you, I position them to win by ruling with you. I don't want to rule, I want to reign with you. We gonna reign together, you know what I'm saying? And once I like got to the point to where I wasn't being like and operating from a place of being just stubborn and things like that. And it just like it just, man, in my life, like I just know like this next phase, when we get to that point, bro, like the next phase, this next season of life, working through all this new stuff and these new business ventures and ministry and all this stuff together, bro, it's gonna be different, dog. Because now I can look back on all those times where I refused to clean out my closet. I refused my baggage. They sitting at the conveyor belt. Mr. Mariner. Who that? That ain't me. I ain't claiming that.
Yeah.
That ain't my bag, but it has your name on it, sir. That's not my bag. But sir, all right, this has your name on it. That's not my bag. But
You
the moment,
picking up there.
Yeah.
it's going around that conveyor belt of life, just it's just looking at it like, nah, that ain't my. But as soon as I acknowledge, hey, that was mine, let me deal with it. Let me go home and help. Let me get unpacked this stuff. Oh no, I need some help. Let me go seek out. Let me go search out. Hey, I need some help with this right here. You know, and then it's like, wow, it's like I'm looking at all them years, like, man, we had all the disagreements. And like both of us had baggage that we didn't unpack.
Yeah.
And now that we've unpacked certain baggage, it's like, man, it's just so peaceful. It's freedom.
It really is.
And that's what people want. People don't want to feel bound. They want, but you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to do the work. You gotta clean the baggage. You gotta clean the baggage, man. So. Man, hey man, I think this was therapeutic for me tonight. It's always therapeutic, but you know, certain topics hit hard. But because I had baggage, man. I had baggage that I had to deal with. Even because I was quiet, man. I was a quiet kid growing up. I didn't really get into trouble, none of that stuff. Yeah, wasn't no perfect kid, but it's just like, you know, you deal with certain stuff when you don't deal with certain stuff other people deal with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't trying to hang out with the bad kids. It was like, man, it was crazy, bro. When I look at back at and I noticed that, because I look at myself a lot, it's like I was, and I didn't realize until I was later how wise I was as a child. It's like, if you did something and you got a whooping for it, I ain't doing it. I just watched you get knocked out because they told you not to do that and you did it anyway. Nah, I don't want none of that, dog. You got it.
And the good book said, the child grew and waxed strong in spirit. Straight up.
Wax off.
The child grew and waxed strong in the spirit.
Oh man, it's like, nah, I can't do it. No, you ain't finna get me, not off that.
Bro, the Bible said that about John the Baptist and Jesus.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. I ain't never seen nothing that said the same thing about Jesus as somebody else. But John the Baptist, he said the same thing about him and Jesus.
Yeah. Hey man, it's been another good one, man. It's always good chopping it up with the fellas creating this, man. Just sharing our life experiences and things of that nature. So just know, man, your next level depends upon what you're willing to carry and what you're willing to unleash. What you're willing to carry and what you're willing to unleash. So any baggage that you need to claim it. Don't be like me, watching the baggage go around the conveyor belt with your name on it and not claiming it. You know, you popping off, you know, ladies, come on. You know, most men, if you being vulgar, you know, ladies they're not digging that. You know what I'm saying? Unleash that baggage claim, unleash that hurt, unleash that pain. You got it from somewhere. It came from somewhere. You got to find out where it came from. You know what I'm saying? So got to come to a place where we can both rule and reign in the same place. And so we got to claim that baggage, man. No matter what it looks like, no matter how dirty it is, no matter how ugly it is, at the end of the day, y'all love each other. At the end of the day, you got a family. At the end of the day, you got kids. At the end of the day, you got the responsibilities to take care of. So in order to do it and be at your best self and you reach your full potential, you got to let some of that baggage go. But in order to let it go, you got to claim it first. So that's what's up, man. We're going to get ready to get up out of here with that. And remember this, if you don't, you can't conquer what you don't confront. You can't confront what you don't identify. So that's where it starts at. So, man, we love y'all, man. We thank y'all for the support. Y'all keep streaming Like Me. Y'all keep it up there, man. Get it up there. Keep on streaming
Like
LAD.
Me.
Get up there, y'all. Keep them streams going, man. You know, once again, go check out the website, shiftmotivation.com, man. Get a book. It's the summertime. Now the kids are out of school. Great time. The Blueprint to Success, the Students Guideline for Successful Living. It's a good read. And we also got our Student Success Goal Setting Activity Workbook, hot and off the press, just came out, just been released. So, work with them kids on their goal over the summer so that when the fall get here, they got a plan. And they already going to the school with a plan. So, man, we got some resources for y'all, got some tools for y'all, man. Stay on the up and up. Remember this, shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. God bless. Peace.